Oh, look at that. A little wobbly. Hopefully Rocksteady take cares of that. The DJI Osmo 4 got us kind of a foggy morning. Not that we don't have these throughout the summer, but it gets way more prominent as we're shifting into fall. Not entirely happy about it. Like the summer, just because maybe so much stuff went on during the summer, like losing a job, finding a job, and then being like not busy to fucking too busy. Summer. I do find that as I get older, everything just fucking flies by me like it's time lapse, and it's starting to really piss me off. Because when I was a kid, summers last forever. And well, the winters in the Yukon last forever too, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't. And then yeah, as soon as I became like the working stiff, and we like started a family, and it just seems like all they do is just work. The years are just like, and I'm sure everybody can agree that it's like it seems like just yesterday I was fucking 25 or whatever, right? Like those years seem to be like all right, but you get a little worried about how short life's gonna be, and then eventually it's gonna be all over. Before you know it, you're gonna be in the hospital lying on a, well, some of us might be lying on a hospital bed. Some of us might not be. So it's just fucking. I don't know which way I'd rather have it, honestly. Ah, it was obviously nice enough to be able to have your family say goodbye to you and stuff, but to just have your wife and kids, or vice versa for anybody, like just to wake up and have lost somebody, that's probably kind of a little bit rougher. I don't even know why I'm going in dark mode, but as you get older, you start to think about life and the things that are going on. And right now, I'm thinking, like, do I want to work? It's not that I work every single day, but it feels like I'm working every single day. You know what I mean? I'm like at the end of all of it. You can't take your money with you. Not that it matters. I'm just fucking paying off fucking mortgages and paying for food to feed my family, basically. Paying the bills. Every time you turn around, everything's 500 bucks. Grocery shopping, can't even make it in between paydays, and spending like 2,500 bucks. Just to, you get in your own fucking lane. Shit's expensive right now. Couldn't even fathom the thought of like trying to live on the West Coast right now without some sugar. You know what I mean? I told the wife, I'm like, one of us needs to get sugar something. Sugar mom, sugar daddy. Could somebody do that, please? Like at Cyprus, maybe I wasn't making as much money, but stuff didn't cost as much. Now all of a sudden, like, I feel like the world is beating up all of us blue collar people. Can't afford nothing. Can't even afford to. I couldn't fathom the thought of buying a new truck. Fuck, I might be able to afford this. It's a lightly rolled over, needs a little bit of work. See, someone broke the rest of the windows out of it. I was like, yeah, I see that coming. praying for that YouTube fame, you know. And it's a slow grade with a heavy load. You know what I'm saying? All you truckers will know, it's the never-ending hill. We call it the grapevine. I don't know what that even looks like. I just heard it in the song. I always kind of felt like I'm gonna be a working stiff until a day that it's all over, the lights turn off. But I'm starting to think I might not like that. Do something else. Do stuff. My wife hates me because we never get to do anything. Well, you can't afford to do anything. The only thing we can afford is like go drive somewhere and see something at the least. Get that red light. Burn them brakes. Advance to the front immediately. So yeah, I don't know why I'm yammering on about that. I just, fuck, it's weird because I started thinking about it, right? Like, do you really want to work every day of your life just for nothing? Without exploring, seeing the world, being with your family? I got this weird sense of Capricornism, we'll call it that, where like I love my family through providing and working hard. It's stupid. It's a stupid fucking habit. If you have it, you need to change it. I'm struggling. Get off my ass, cuzzo. I'm turning to fucking rush. Man, everybody needs to fucking chill out. I don't drive every day like I'm a fucking race car. I'm in town. But anyways, log off. See you guys at the shop. Might as well do some handholding. Oh, my door's open. Pretty rare I get to do this. Sling, clevis, roll, painted roll. Non-live hydraulics winch truck, but a C500. I'm giving the thumbs up. I always like to suck these up because you can see full of dirt, full of dirt. Everything's full of dirt. So if you leave hanging over the back, you got a lot of cleaning up to do. But these are 9 panels, so you can only haul one at a time. That'll do. That'll do. You know what this town needs? More traffic circles. Hey, we can push him up the hill? Try, he's all fucked up. Trailer's getting close to the edge. at or something, or no?
Put on one.
Oh, what's up, Tom? Well, we gave it a valiant try. And
working 26-1.
almost got screwed up myself there. It is slick, and there's just crown and soft. So yeah, steer chain good choice. I should almost have two steer chains. If one triple duty instead of a double duty, fuck, I would be laughing. But for some reason we got double duty, and they're not that great. Triple duty is like every second link
Super B23 Tidewater.
cross rails, so yeah. It looked good from here, but from there, you see it's dry kind of where he is, and then, yeah, me. Cat's coming, cat operator. It's Cat up there. Guess I got some time to do some explaining. There's not much to explain. So,
Empty Super B25.5.
had some questions about the old 4-speed here. Like, this is an air shift. You can't go back and forth in between gears, where a manual 4-speed you can go back and forth. Never want to have both transmissions in neutral. I haven't been successful at recovering because I used to think that you could shift. I always thought the 5 and 4, you could shift them both at the same time.
Super B26 Tidewater.
What you're seeing is a guy that's fucking quick with his hands. I haven't been successful. I haven't never really had a 5 and a 4, but I watched some guys drive 5 and 4. And before I switch into highest, like, I'll go through the gears. Like, say I'm heavy, I will start off in second. I go through all the gears, and somewhere around 7th high or 8th low, before I switch into the final gear in the main, I always grab another one in the auxiliary. And then you go through the gears. Well, sorry, you don't go through the gears again like a 5 and 4, but so if I was to grab, how can I explain this? Like, say on the highway, I'll be 8 low, tapped out on the RPMs,
Super B27 Tidewater.
and then I'll shift from 3rd to 4th to do highway speeds, and then my last gear I shift is the split. Because if you run it out into high, in 8th, in 3rd, and then go for 4th, it's such a gear drop that you'll usually miss it, and you'll have to like let the engine brake kick in and be like, whoa, pretty much die, and then you bring the RPMs back up and it'll catch. So the way I treat the 4-speed air is, before I switch the last gear here, I grab another one here. I don't know if that's explanatory or not, but you can't downshift an air shift. I've always been told no. Some guys have told me they can go from 4th to 3rd. I don't know if that's well for the transmission. I've just always been
Empty Super B clearing Tidewater at 28.5.
Get off the Tidewater then. Going on the 1 at 25 road. And then, yeah. I've never had an auxiliary out of any of my trucks. So, I believe what I've been told is the proper way. And a lot of other guys. I see blue box on the floor a lot in the shops. So, I'm just going to go with what I know. Always pick what you're going to use before you hit the hill. Because I wouldn't come in here in 4th because that's like an overdrive. You're stressing out the auxiliary and everything else. So third is what the truck would be if I didn't have this. So it'd be 4, 5, 6 gears. My top speed without over revving the engine would be like 112, which is what my road train truck was. 4, 5, 6 and a 2-speed, but the 2-speed was only for a reduction to go lower, not higher. And that's where these come in, because you get an overdrive. So I can clip down the highway. Usually I only use it empty or light. We'll be in fourth on the freeway doing 115. My cruise only goes to like 115, so it's like 115 kilometers an hour at like just over 1500 RPM. But if you're loaded, it's stress on the auxiliary, and it's not really good for it for long periods of time, over time, you know? And you're constantly shifting anyways, so you'd like, if you're heavy, like when I haul coil, I never see fourth, not even if I'm gonna run a hill. I can string it right out in third, but it's like 1850 RPM doing 120. So really, if I had free reign of how fast I could drive kilometer wise, it'd probably clip along at 1800 RPM at 130 kilometers an hour, which is 80 mile an hour for you guys over there in the US. I don't know if that explains it enough. I'm used to having, I've only ever had 10 and 4s in my older trucks, like 90s, 80s, 90s trucks had 10 and 4s. So it was 10 speed, and it was first, second, third, fourth, and then fucking fifth was always up. And the same thing, I treated that the same way. The manual, the manual 4-speed is the first gear you would grab, drop, like fourth to third, before I start dropping in the main, and it's the last. Once you go through everything here, then you fucking fourth. It depends on what kind of box you have. I had a dog leg, and I kind of liked it, because for some reason it felt cool being able to go fucking like that, boom, the dog leg 10-speed. I don't know, we've had both at Road Train, and it was just different. And it had the stupid squarish knob on it that was rounded on this side, but it was square. But yeah, no splitsy, just 10-speed. And I don't remember what the gear ranges were on those trucks because I didn't really look or pay attention, but the 4 1/4 were, mine was a dog. Empty, it was all right. Loaded with 2 400s and wind, sucked. I would barely get it in fourth going downhill, maybe, with the tailwind. And that truck topped out at like 115 kilometers an hour if you're revving it up, which I didn't do that much. I can try to do somewhat a video. I don't have my head cam with me today because I didn't unload it, so I left it at home just to make sure I didn't use it, but maybe I could put the 360 in here somewhere to replicate it, but I'm not really doing anything too excessive today, so we're hauling C-ring panel skids. It's modest, light duty compared to everything else I get to do nowadays. But anyways, hope we get in here. I got 2 sets and a steer, and we'll see what location looks like. Buddy at New Wave was like, yeah, location's good. Like, when was the last time you were out there? Because it's been raining non-stop, so we'll see. I'll be there. I'm ready for it. I do have.
Down here.
I'm here.
Switch tires.
Okay. Oops.
The cat guy said there's one more. He'll pull me up, and then you, and then he'll go in front of us because there's one more steep one for Luis.
I got 2 sets on. I should be all right.
Okay. Yeah, there's no one in here. It's just a couple cat guys. That's it.
Copy that. Going back over, lad 2. Yep. Code of silence. But anyways, yeah. So you heard it. There's another bigger hill just after this. So, which I was thinking tire chain as soon as because I knew what it looked like in here. I was sitting at the bottom. I'm like, well, if he makes it, I can make it. He's got a little bit more power, actually. He was out pulling me on the hills. So. Another topic. So, it'll be like a year. I know I've already said this once, but there's a new C500 coming. It'll be red. It's gonna look like that truck except for live hydraulics. He said that he would try to inquire and see if I get a steel hood, because I'm like, well, by the time we refinesse this high mileage, lightly used truck, like we're putting new front fenders, got them, revamping September, end of September long or whatever, somewhere around there, we're redoing the whole ass end. So I'm like, you know, by the time we get everything into this truck and it'll look pretty badass, I'm gonna be hard pressed to go to fiberglass hood. I told him, you know, I think he really wants me to have the new truck because you can see that I'm taking care of my stuff. Which, you know, I'm not the only one. I'm not saying other guys don't take care of their stuff, but food for thought. I'm like, man, I'd love a new truck because there's just things, right? Like, there's things in here that'll never get fixed. Like some of the vibrations, the creaks. I didn't break it in. I wasn't there first. You know what it's like. Comes with the big bunk too, so it's all questionable. I'm like, man, I'd love a new truck, but I don't know if I can take a fiberglass hood. It's kind of like 50% decrease in awesomeness to me anyways. I know a lot of other guys don't see it that way, but we'll see. Stay tuned. We'll get in here. We'll chew. I'm going to put the 360 up on the ring there, and it'll watch down on the truck, and you'll see some coal rolling and all that good shit. That's embarrassing. No matter how good you are, sometimes that happens. Anywhere